Sandy Says Read. Okay, this thing has already frozen up on me once, so hopefully we can get through this whole video without my computer melting down. We'll see. So give it a thumbs up now. In case I have to just cut it off in the middle. Okay, guys, we are going to do a continuation of the alphabet tag. We're up to the letter F. Yay! This originated over at Jim's Books Reading and Stuff, so I will put a link to his channel in the drop-down box below. We're going to dive in, just in case this machine melts down. F is for France. Who is your favorite French author? Now, I don't know that Flaubert is my favorite French author, but I very much enjoyed Madame Bovary, this book. I have a used copy. This is a book that I read in college, which is why it's a used copy, because in college you can't afford anything. So, Glare, there we go. Madame Bovary. I read this one for one of my college classes, and it stuck with me. I mean, Emma is just such a ridiculous woman, right? And her tragic end is so tragic, right? I mean, just scooping up arsenic and stuffing it in your face. I mean, how stupid, right? So I was just always floored by the character, just floored by the telling of the story. I've just always remembered the craziness of it, and even revisiting it, I'm so struck by the character and by the story and the weirdness of it. Weirdness? I don't know. Just the lessons you can learn from Emma not being satisfied with her life. So there you go. Flaubert. Number 2, F is for fiction. What % of the books you read are fiction? So, you guys, most of the books I read are fiction. I so enjoy reading fiction. I mean, for me, the point of reading a book is to get taken out of the current crazy world we're in, right? So, fiction all the way. I would say probably 95% of the books I read are fiction. At least 95%. Number 3, F is for fantasy. Wonderful. Who is your favorite fantasy author? That not so wonderful because it's hard to pin down. But I'm going to go with Tolkien because it's an easy answer, right? But seriously, when I was a kid, I read The Hobbit and I was hooked. So I'm going to credit that to Tolkien and say Tolkien. Number 4, F is for 5 stars. Of the books you've read this year, how many would you rate as 5 stars? Okay, this is the end of August, or is this the middle of? I don't even know what day it is, you guys. What day is it? It doesn't say. My computer should say what day it is. It's the 20th. It's the 20th of August when I'm filming this. So I've read a lot of books so far this year. I don't know how many I would rate as 5 stars. I'm pretty generous in my ratings of books because I'm an author. I tend to look at the audience that would be reading a book and kind of try to figure what the audience would be expecting from the book, not just what I'm expecting from the book, if that makes sense. But I tend not to rate books, really. I mean, when I'm doing these reviews here on my BookTube channel, I don't tend to rate the book. I just give my opinion and do a quick little discussion of it, more than rating. Rating is so overrated. No, rating is so difficult anyway, and no two people are, I don't feel that any two people are rating really the same way. And someone on Goodreads rating a 3-star versus someone on NetGalley rating a 3-star are two totally different takes. It's very odd. So I don't know. I don't know the answer to that one. Okay, so question number 5. F is for funny. And funny can mean peculiar and funny ha-ha. So the question is, have you read a book that would fit into both? I'm thinking Terry Pratchett's books, right? But I'm going to combine question or prompt 5 with prompt 8 because 8 says F is for flowers. What's the last book you read with flowers on it or in the title? And I'm going to be self-serving and say My Fairy Valentine, which I wrote. This one is, it's funny, peculiar. It's funny, haha, and it's got a flower on the front cover. So it fits all those little prompts and things. It's like a horror, paranormal satire. It's weird, but it's funny, and it's supposed to be funny. So there you go. That one. It fits all those. All right, prompt number 6. F is for film adaptations. Are there any film adaptations where you'd rate both the movie and the film as 5 stars? And I had a few I thought of that I would. Jane Eyre, the 1996 film version, because it had William Hurt was Rochester and Charlotte Gainsbourg was Jane. And they did just a really nice job with those characters. And the score, the soundtrack was beautiful. They weren't as true to the book there toward the end as some other versions of other movie versions have been, but I really liked that version, the 1996 version. The Lord of the Rings trilogy, the Peter Jackson version, obviously those were amazing. And then the books of these things were fabulous. F is for furry friends, but I'm changing it to feathered friends, and that's why I have a feathered friend on my shoulder. This is Cricket, and isn't she important? Look how tall she's being right now. She's fabulous. This is Cricket. She's a green cheek conure, and she's chirping and joining me for this video for as long as she'll tolerate it. Next, let's see. F is for finale. What book has the best finale? And we did a review here of The Genesis Code by John Case. Awesome epilogue with an awesome finale. If I think of it, I'll link that video in the drop-down box below. Then let's see. F is for fire. That was the bonus prompt that Jim has at his channel. F is for fire. Is there a better book about burning books than Fahrenheit 451? Oh, is there a better one? Probably not. But I got to thinking, in The Book Thief, and it's been a little while since I read this. Did they burn books in this one? I know that books got confiscated, right? Didn't they? There were so many things about this book that I do remember. Like Lysel, that's how I pronounced her name, Lysel, the main character. She had to, she would read stories, she would read chapters of books when they were in the basements, in the bomb shelters during air raids. I remember that and being touched by that. That they were using story to keep themselves calm, keep themselves distracted from potential death, right? I remember that. And I remember she had to, she would take pages of books or of books of magazines or something, and she would white them out. She would paint them white so that her friend Max could write on those pieces of paper. And I took that into my soul. I'm like, oh my gosh, can you imagine being without paper? Of being so desperate for paper that you had to white out something that was already on paper. Ugh. All right. Okay, so there we go. Those are the F prompts. Is that good enough? I think that was a very good F tag. You guys, thumbs up, because we got through the F tag and our feathered friends are adorable and cute. Please click the bell notification icon so that you are notified each time I do something crazy and random here on the channel. Thanks for tuning in.